Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609 in Central Texas, USA on a cool morning. They missed the weather forecast a little bit. It was supposed to be in the mid-70s today, according to last week's forecast, but right now it's 41, so I would say that's a big miss. But having said that, what I want to touch on this morning is if people think RVing is an easy way of life, I think they're dreaming because, here I am, retired. I've got enough money to go traveling a little bit. I've got a perfect camping machine, and I would love to go where it's warmer right now. However, if I want to go where it's warmer in Texas, I'd have to go down towards Brownsville, Forest San Juan, Alamo, and some other places down there. But all the RV parks are pretty well filled up, not only because of the snowbirds, but because they're building a pipeline and some wind turbine stuff down there, and they're just full, and Texas does not have very much, or it has very little actually, in the way of public land like BLM places where you can go camp for free. So you'd be forced to stay pretty much in an RV park. There are a couple of state parks down that way. You've got a 2-week limit at all of those, and they're not the cheapest things in the world, because in Texas you have to pay an entrance fee, $5 a day, and plus the camping fee, which will be up around $20 or more per day. So kind of locked out in Texas. And somebody will say, well, why don't you go to Florida? Well, Florida's not a cheap place to live unless you know how to get around there. I don't know that much about Florida, so that would eliminate that. And then I thought, we'll go west. Well, the temperatures out west right now are just a little too cool. Out in Quartzsite, Arizona right now, it's about 49, 50 degrees. To me, that's cool, okay? So, the pleasure of RVing is I'm ready to go right now, and the temperature ain't cooperating. And so I'm looking at some places that I might go and just get me one of those little, what do they call them, something buddies, the little heaters, and get me another little tank of propane or something and hook it up. I can rig it up. I'm not worried about that. I mean, I can figure out how to stay warm somehow, but I'm ready to go, guys. I'm sitting on go. I mean, in my mind, because I want to go ahead and get my tax return done, and I want to go ahead and get my license plates renewed and inspection sticker, because that comes up in March. And then I'm going to be I'm probably going to pull out and go somewhere. I don't know. I'm going to watch temperatures and see if I can't find a place, maybe in New Mexico or Arizona, that I can boondock or something for a while, because I have got the itch. But, just because you have an RV and the desire doesn't mean that it's all going to open up like the sky opening up, and you'll find wonderful camping spots all over everywhere that aren't crowded. And that sometimes is a trick in the winter. If there is a place that's reasonably comfortable to be, then it's going to be packed, like Quartzsite. And Quartzsite to me is not all that warm. I mean, I went out there 2 years ago and spent a week, and I was cold the whole time I was there. I mean, jeez. So anyway, but we're checking on it. And I also thought about, maybe going out to Death Valley or someplace like that. But, Death Valley, I've been through there before. It's just plain old desolate. I mean, it's just, it's Big Bend National Park scattered out over thousands of acres. It's just nothing, So anyway, I'm just cruising and thinking and planning a trip in my mind. The biggest problem I have whenever I take a trip for an extended period, because what I would like to do is what I did years ago when I didn't have a home base, and that was just bounce around from place to place. But I was staying in RV parks mainly, every now and then a state park, and I would just pull in and stay somewhere by the month, and that was pretty nice, because most of the places back years ago by the month were $175 to $250 a month. That's not too bad. But now those same places are $400 to $800 a month, and I'm not really excited about paying that, nor am I really excited about RV parks at all. So I'm looking for a place. If Texas had more public land, it would be great. They've got that recreation area I was at in Del Rio, which is wonderful. But be that as it may, I don't think I've ever seen them miss the weather this bad in a long time. This morning, actually at my home base, I think I said it was 41 or something, but actually it was 37 outside, and that's a little airish. They said it was going to be a high today of 75. Then they reduced it to 69. My thinking is if it makes 50, we'll be lucky. Well, now I'm going to go check the mail and just cruise on here. But anyway, it's just an overcast day, pretty good day for doing videos. You know, here's something I found out this morning too. And this will be one of those videos like potpourri. What's happening here, guys? Who's on first? I went by Verizon to check on some things, and one of the things I found out, you know, to me, if you have a prepaid account, you ought to be the people that are treated really nicely because you're paying in advance. But they treat their postpaid customers better than they do the prepaid, because they'll have a prepaid selection of phones that, you know, that are for prepaid accounts. You can use a postpaid phone on a prepaid account, but you can't get a deal. In other words, if they have a deal on the internet that says that this phone is 50% off and it's monthly installments of $15 a month, if you go into the store and you want to buy that phone, you get no deal at all on the if you're prepaid. It has to be postpaid. So it's almost like Verizon is several different companies all stuck together, and it's a little frustrating. Yeah, I got to the store, it was 9:57, or excuse me, 9:56 when I got to the front door, and the UPS guy was coming out. So I thought I'd go in, and this little girl holds her hand and says, no, we got 4 more minutes till we open. Come on, can you imagine running a business that way? Huh? If you had a business and you had a customer that's ready to come in, don't you think you'd be wise to let them in? That's not, and you know, that is so frustrating. We have been trained to accept that over the past several years, and that is so bad. I mean, I think of the things that we accept now that would have just been totally unacceptable 20 years ago, particularly 30 years ago. I mean, you know, if somebody waved their hand and said, we got 4 more minutes, I doubt if they'd have a single customer in a week. But we've learned to go, oh, okay. Because you don't have any choice. If you want the product or you need the product to conduct your life, then you know, you're either going to pay the price or you just ain't going to have it. So it's a little frustrating. But having said all that, guys, right now the temperature in my vehicle shows the outside temperature to be 45 top up degrees, and the sun's trying to break through these clouds. Which will be nice. Maybe we'll make it into the 60s, but it will surprise the hell out of me. So what else can I tell you? I'm getting ready for a trip, and for those of you that are RVers and stuff, you know, years ago when I was towing around that old junky RV I had with my 79 Chevrolet pickup, I mean, I went a lot of places. I went all over the West and different places, and didn't have a cell phone, didn't have anything, no nothing. If I had a flat, I had to handle it, which I didn't, knock on wood. I had one flat in all those years back then, but I wasn't worried about anything. I didn't worry about cell phone connection. I didn't worry about internet connection, didn't worry about any of that crap. Free as a bird. I miss that. I got to tell you, folks, I miss that. I do. In fact, when I go traveling this time, I may modify the number of videos I do, and just, you know, occasionally do them, because you know, it really does, even though it's fun to do, it does give me something to do. It's frustrating, and I don't need the frustration, you know. I mean, it would be, you know, like you take a guy like Slim Potato Head. He's got him a nice channel, but he really edits his stuff. I mean, he works at making it good, and so does Cheap RV Living and some of these other people. You know, they make productions, and they do 1 video a week or whatever, 2 a week, and then they do pretty good, because, you know, they're putting out quality stuff. You know, stuff that people want to watch. And me, it's you know, I just do stuff like this, and you know, how many people are interested in this? Me. And that's about it. I mean, but you know, if I was traveling and you know, would just kind of focus on doing a video, say about a location, say Angel Peak in New Mexico. You know, here it is, here's what it's like. You know, people that were interested in going into New Mexico and wanted to go to that site would check that video out, and you know, you get a few views that way. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm just thinking out loud here, and thinking about how enjoyable RVing can be if you don't limit yourself. And I do. I have to admit, I have limited myself the past couple of years because I needed the money to enjoy the traveling. I mean, I needed the revenue from YouTube and Amazon Link to actually do the RVing, and I still do, but I'll just do it in a little different manner and have to live on a little less. But is that a problem for me? No, not at all. I mean, at one time my monthly budget was under $700 a month for everything, but I didn't have a car payment, I didn't have a house payment. The only thing I had was property taxes where I live right now. That's when I first moved there. My monthly budget was $700 a month. Amazing. Would I like to get back there? Yeah, because it was just a comfortable feeling. But when I go RVing this next time, I mean, you know, now, you know, of course, I'll do these videos like this. Of course, you know, don't get many views, and I shouldn't. You know, why should anybody watch a video like this? You know, it's just fun. Gasoline here in Granite Shoals, Texas, is $1.99, and Marble Falls, it's $1.83 at Walmart, because I just filled up for regular unleaded. So I'll end this video here in a minute, guys. I'm just thinking out loud. Is there anything else I want to cover? You know, RVing, again, man, I love it. I mean, of course, the casita I've got now, the 17-foot Freedom Deluxe, the 2019 I bought, is a camping machine. And what I love about it is it's a boondocking machine. That refrigerator uses virtually no energy. When I was in Del Rio at boondocking, dry camping, I could have stayed the whole time I was down there, six days, and not put the solar out at all. But I did every day, just for the heck of it, have something to do. And no, so we're good to go there. And as far as heat, I can get one of those little buddy things and get by, and I'll figure out a way to refill those little bottles, because those bottles aren't cheap. That is if I go. I mean, this could all change overnight, but right now I'm tired of cold weather, man. Or I'm tired of looking at the same stuff. I mean, you know, variety for me has become the spice of life, and it gets more and more addictive. You'd think for me, as I get older, the less I would want to do this, and I think it's working backwards. I mean, I actually am more anxious to go now than I was several years ago. And can I explain that? No. So guys, from Central Texas, USA, this is Rusty78609 saying thumbs up, guys. Carpe diem, adios, bye. Anything your little heart desires, anytime. And if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Because I get a small commission and it doesn't cost you a penny if you want food with it. What else? Drink plenty of water. 3 or 4 quarts a day won't hurt you. It's good for you. It'll help you avoid gout, kidney stones, and it'll help you lose weight because you'll be full of water and you won't want to snack. What else? Take deep breaths. Breathe in really deep. Hold it for a few seconds. Breathe out slowly. Why? Because that relieves stress, and relieving stress lowers your blood pressure, and you know that's good for you. What else? Stretch. Walk. I did that this morning. Actually, I went to Lowe's and did my walking because it was too cold at home to go outside and walk. I went to a big hardware store and did my walking. And also stand guard at the door of your mind. Don't let negative Nancy or negative Ned get inside of your head. And, you know, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. And by God, if you got an RV, plan yourself a trip and get going. You know what I mean? You know, I was thinking to myself, well, I ought to wait till, you know, March, April, May, June, whatever, and then go. You know, I'm 73 years old. You know, if I ain't doing it, it probably ain't going to get done. You know, but anyway, adios amigos. Bye-bye.